In this demonstration, we will carry out the geospatial reasoning process over a region in Belgrade City. We will first demonstrate a capability in our system that allows the user to automatically identify the streets with OpenStreetMap. To start with, I first select a region on the satellite image using mouse. When I select the corresponding radio button, our system automatically loads all the OpenStreetMap data that is present for that region. This data can be used to identify the streets. Now I will demonstrate the complete geospatial reasoning process. First, I select an area. Then, my next step is to identify the streets for the selected region. Suppose no vector data is present for this region, so we can just manually create the vector data using mouse as shown here. I need to click on the street that I have drawn to input the street name. Now we exploit the publicly available yellow pages and white pages phone book data to collect the addresses available for each street. Once we select the corresponding radio button, the system automatically loads the phone book data by extracting it from websites using wrappers in real time. We can view the extracted data for each street. The next step is to identify the building locations for that region. Again, if no vector data is present, we can just manually create it as we do here. We can also load any available KML file for identifying streets and building locations through our interface. We then identify the buildings that lie on the intersections of two or more streets. They are shown in blue color. Now we execute the constraint reasoning process, which exploits the constraints over the data that we have created and collected so far to do the mapping between the building locations and the addresses. Buildings that are mapped to single addresses are shown with green balloons. Buildings that are mapped to multiple addresses due to some ambiguity are shown with red balloons. To tackle the remaining ambiguity, we attempt to exploit other public data sources such as maps which could be present for this area. We use the maps that are present on the websites of businesses that exist in this region. We get links to such websites from the yellow pages data that we extracted earlier. So we crawl each website to find all the images that were present on it, and each image is then classified as map or non-map using Map Finder service. As I select the Exploit Map Sources radio button, two red balloons now have map icon behind it. It shows that maps have been found for the addresses that were mapped to these buildings. To view the maps, I click on the address with the star icon next to it. A new window opens up that shows all the maps and non-maps. By looking into the map, we can now see the exact location of that address. So I can enter the correct address for that building to remove the ambiguity. Constraint propagation process takes place to propagate this new information in our system, because of which we are able to find exact address for other buildings also. We can then export all our data in KML format to be easily viewed in any GIS software such as Google Earth as shown here.